Boys and girls, we're just going to quickly have a look at the concept of halving uneven numbers. Now, believe it or not, this is revision because we did this right at the beginning of the year. But because it was a while ago, I'm just going to go over it with you. All right, so we know that when we are halving, we know that halving is the opposite of doubling. So when we double, we times by 2, which means when we halve or halving, we are dividing by 2. All right, so we just always need to remember that when we're halving. Now, it's easy when you're halving even numbers because you know then they're always going to divide perfectly. All right, but halving uneven numbers is a different story. So I don't know if you remember at the beginning of the year, this is how I taught you. So you've got your uneven number here. So I always used to say, go back to the next number. Go back to the number before. All right? If you do that, then whatever number you have is immediately even. All right? In this case, it's 6. Then you can halve it. Okay? And then remember we went back, so we got 1 left over or 1 remainder. That 1 left over, what do? We halve that again. What is half of a whole? All right, the answer's a half. So if you halve 7, okay, you're going to have a final answer of 3.5. Now the table in Pragmax just does it slightly differently. So if you have a 7, if that's the number they've given you, they say break that down into 6 plus 1. All right, then you're going to halve that, that's 3. And you're going to halve that, that's a half. So what are you left with? 3.5. All right, so just remember when you're halving uneven numbers, you always have to go back to the number before. All right, by splitting it like this, you're going back to the number before. All right, and then you'll have 1 remainder, okay, which you will half again. So that'll give you a number and a half. So it'll always be something and a half. So that's how we halve uneven numbers. Let's try a bit more of a difficult number. Let's try 19. All right, so just what are you going to do? Just split that into 18. Remember, we've gone back to the previous number. Plus 1. Half that, we got 9. Half that, we got a half. What's my answer? 9.5. All right, so let's just try our sums in Pragmax in that table by 4.2. And let's see how you do there.